What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together an Azorius control deck, and instead of your typical Consult the Star Chart style Azorius control deck, we're going to take advantage of Accumulate Wisdom with this deck by playing a bunch of lessons. And if we have 3 or more lessons in our graveyard, we can add the top 3 cards of our library to our hand. And if we happen to not have any of those lessons in our graveyard, then we could just look at the top 3 and add one to our hand. So regardless, we're going to have some really good card advantage and instant speed. And sure, with Consult the Star Charts, you could look at more cards off the top of your deck depending on how many lands you have, but at the end of the day, you're getting more cards for less mana with this, so we're going to try to take advantage of this in the Azorius control shell. So we play a bunch of good lesson cards that we could use and slowly but surely get them in the graveyard so we can make Accumulate Wisdom a really powerful card for us, and we slow down our opponent with some early removal. We have a bunch of counters. And if they go wide, we have a lot of board wipes. If they play an artifact deck, we'll punish them with Ultima. And we try to play the least amount of win cons in here so we could weather the storm of whatever opponent's playing, and then we implement our own game plan later in the game. So let's get right into this list. We got 2 Authority of the Consuls, 2 Seam Rip, 4 3 Steps Ahead, 2 Airbender's Reversal, 4 Get Lost, 4 Accumulate Wisdom, 4 It'll Quench Ya, 4 Abandon Attachments, 1 Wan Shi Tong Librarian, 1 Kutzil's Flanker, 1 Beza the Bounding Spring, 2 Day of Judgment, 2 Ultima, 1 the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, and for the lands we got 2 Plains, 3 Islands, 4 Floodfarm Verge, 3 Meticulous Archive, 4 Restless Anchorage, 4 Demolition Field, 4 Fountainport, and 2 Multiversal Passage. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so every bit will help. If you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. And a big shout out to our level 2 member, Kyriel. I appreciate the support. Let's get right into these games. Our opponent's going first, and not the best hand in the sense that we don't have access to our blue mana right now, but I'm going to keep it either way. If they play any early threats, we can answer them with Get Lost. Okay, so what's good now is that this plane will enable the Floodfarm Verge, so we have access to blue mana. So, can't go wrong with that. Depending on what they do, they're playing, whatchamacallit. Name's slipping my mind. Demir, midrange. So ideally, they're going to go for their Kaido right now. Let's take that away from them by using Get Lost, because they need the 3 mana to go into Kaido. So they have to do something else now with that 3 mana. We just want to hold them off until we can get a board wipe, of course, too. I was going to choose black for a second, like, wait a minute, I'm not playing that. Alright, so let's just hold up the Get Lost. It might flash in another Drowner, but they do not. Ah, they do. Alright. So honestly, if they go for Kaido right now, it's technically fine, because then on our next turn, we could just use the Get Lost. That's interesting that they're doing that. To find another land. You know what? This makes it seem like they don't have a 4th land, so I'm just going to do this now to just slow them down a little bit. That'd be crazy if they just play another land from their hand, but by them just doing that, it just makes it seem like they don't have a 4th land. And now they definitely do. But it's all good. The longer the game goes on, the more it'll be in our favor. It's pumping up the Cecil. That card's useless against us. Just in case if they use the Soulstone Sanctuary, which I highly doubt they'll use it, but let's see. to see what we could find. I'm going to get rid of abandoned attachments because I want to get the 3 lessons in our graveyard. That'll really help us out. So now they're going to go for Kaido. Oh, look at that. They're going for Enduring Curiosity instead, which is actually okay because now we could Ultima and we'll get rid of both of them. Should be very nice. I'm going to use this just to get the 3rd lesson in our graveyard. Well then, what do we get? We could scry with the archive, which might come in handy. Let's just get a plane. Not a plane, island. So we draw one anyway, right? That's so funny. Just go for Fountainport. We'll Ultima. Now it sets them back. Best case scenario, they just go Soulstone Sanctuary to swing, but I highly doubt that's the move. Let's go for another Cecil. Plus, if we could just draw another Accumulated Wisdom, we're going to be in a great spot. Let's use this. The Surveil is definitely going to be useful for us. We want to find something good, of course. Flanker's not too bad. Problem is, they're going to be able to flip that over, so we can't really do much afterwards. So I think we're going to get rid of it. It's not going to be that ideal for us. Interesting choice to do that now. Let's just do this right now. If they don't play any creatures or anything for us to counter with 3 steps ahead, I might end up just using this to cycle through our deck a little bit to find some cards. But it all depends on what our opponent does. They're definitely gonna... Oh, ooh. That is crazy. I don't know how I feel about that. I think we're gonna have to just do this. And the whole mindset is... let's see, hold on, we're gonna get rid of... Let's get rid of this. That, if we counter it, sure, that's okay, but we turn 1 card into 2 cards that are somewhat useful, so I bet they'll get rid of Authority. It'll Quench Ya is only okay during the first few turns, but the longer the game goes on, it kind of just becomes a little useless, unless they tap out, of course. That's a good draw. So now I really hope they draw a second card, so we could get some extra draw power with this. Let's bring in our buddy, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, see how they answer it. And what's really good is they have to pretty much pay 4 extra mana to target it, and if they did that, we'll be able to use It'll Quench Ya pretty easily. Ooh, but now they have that. That is crazy. That's like the one card to get around it. Oh, man. Well, listen, I can't really do anything against that. What a card. I don't think we need this right now. At least we could get rid of the Sea Soul, which would be very nice. Play this first, so we might need that eventually. Get rid of you. Well, hopefully. Imagine if they flash in a Tidebinder right now. Oh my goodness. Listen, I was joking about that, by the way. I didn't want them to actually do that. So it all just comes down to this draw. What could we possibly get to get out of this situation? So we're going to need something. Alright, so... let's use our mana right. If we could find a board wipe right now, that'd be amazing. Oh my god, we found it. Let's see if it will resolve. Let's play this in case they have enough mana to do something to counter it. Throw the Day of Judgment at him. And look at that. So now we play Authority and hope for the best. I mean, listen, that's all we can really do right now. I mean, we might need the fish, though, in case they flash something. And you know what? I was gonna originally just draw a card right now. But I think it makes sense to block something. Which makes me also just think I shouldn't have even went for the treasure at all, because they're playing a very reactive deck to begin with. Let's see. And they don't have anything to flash in. We got lucky. But even if they did, we block it with the fish. Now we go to 5, which is good for us. That's a good card for them. If we really wanted to, we could just Demolition Field one of their lands to make them make a choice to whether keep that on top or lose a land. Let's make another treasure, and then we could potentially draw more cards next turn instead of just one extra. It's definitely going to come in handy. Let him get the Preacher out. I think that's okay for us. We'll just draw this extra card. And now we are in a good spot, guys. See what we can find. Do they have a counter? Maybe something else to flash in? Alright, now it's going to get crazy for us. Play another one. We're going to use another one. I think we have a little too many lands in our hand. But they don't know that. All they see is a full hand on their end that we have. Okay, so they bring in a Flood Pit's Drowner that we could block with the fish. Go for their swing. Now they're going to play the Preacher, if I had to guess. Really? Interesting choice, opponent. I'm going to be very risky with this. But let him try to get me down to 1, and then we could just block the Spyglass Siren next turn. This will kind of make them be forced to play the Preacher. And there's not really anything in that Dimir deck that'll pump up their creature at all either. So I think we're fine, and I don't want to use a board wipe on one card. It's kind of ridiculous. So we go to 1, which is fine. Come on, play the Preacher. You know you want to. And they don't. Look at that. Alright, we're going to make a treasure. I'm going to get rid of the treasure. Another Anchorage. The problem is, what if they remove the Restless Anchorage? That would be our downfall, honestly. I really didn't want to use the Day of Judgment right now. I'm going to have to do it. Because if they could just remove the whatchamacallit, the Anchorage, when they swing, we lose. And they could have some form of spot removal in their hand. So it just makes sense to me. You have to be conscious of how many cards are in your deck. Now we start swinging. We gotta play very slowly but surely in this game. And we could use those map tokens to draw more cards if we even want to. Yeah, there's the Preacher. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go up to 3 now, I mean. Which is good for us. Now they bring out another creature. Gain even more life. Another Anchorage tapped. Let's draw another card. So now we're going to Ultima. And we are ready for whatever they throw at us. We're just going to beat them down with the Anchorages at this point. What a crazy game, right? What's in your deck still? We got a Beza still in there. You know what? I think we could draw some more cards. That's fine. Another Anchorage. The ultimate win con in this game. think we just play one more. We got a clue. So now we swing with everyone. Bring them down to 10. Play another Anchorage. And now we have Get Lost held up, as well as Airbender's Reversal. And we get it, guys. Opponent's going first. I'm going to keep this. Turn 1 Duress. What will be the choice to make? Seam Rip. Okay. Go for the Archive. Try to find a land. It's not a land, and it is a lesson, so it will help later in the game. Go for the bat. Probably getting rid of It'll Quench Ya if I had to guess. Yep. That is fair. So we could go Abandoned Attachments, discard Abandoned Attachments, and then we'll have 3 lessons in your graveyard. Perfect. Where's that Unholy Annex? Bloodletter. That's still a good card to draw. Or have, should I say. We'll just get rid of the Bloodletter now. We could counter their next card with 3 steps ahead. Miss a land drop, which is always unfortunate, but as long as we can deal with whatever they throw away, it's not the biggest deal in the world. That's not going to be useful. Although, I couldn't get rid of our lessons, so it is kind of good. But we do have the Ultima to deal with it, so I'm going to let it slide. We'll take it. No big deal. Make a fish. Got our 5th land, which is always good. Swing for 1. Because why not? See what they do now. Just going immediately for the swing, huh? We'll just use the Get Lost, so we can either counter something or get rid of the fish to draw an extra card. And it looks like we're going to get rid of the fish for an extra card. Nice. Authority of the Consuls is definitely going to be good. I think I'm going to wait an extra turn, though, in case I want to flash in the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Or if I want to use both modes, or 2 of the 3 modes, I mean, on 3 steps ahead. Okay. Well, they're on to our plan with the lessons, so either way, it's fine. Right now, we are in a good spot. We're going to flash in our buddy over here, see if they could deal with him. So now we use Authority of the Consuls. Just start swinging. Wrong choice, but works for me. Well, that's a move. How about we stop that? Swing for 7. We'll have a token to get rid of with Fountainport. And we set up for another Restless Anchorage. Okay, they're setting up for a Ghost Vacuum, which is definitely a good play for them. So we're going to swing again. Both our creatures. They have something, though. Maybe it's prompting them to use Ghost Vacuum. That's so funny. They're going to try to use the Ghost Vacuum so they could win in one swing right now. They're not going to like what they see, though, in their hand. That's even if they use the Ghost Vacuum right now. They're just trying to see if I have any spot removal, maybe. But at the end of the day, we can make a fish to block. They think they got it, though, but I'm not worried in the slightest. Add a mana. All I gotta do is make this fish. So now we win because we just go double Restless Anchorage and we get it. Not too bad of a hand for us. Kind of wish I was going first with this hand, but either way, it's not too bad. If they were playing an aggro deck, though, we might be in trouble because we have all these counter cards. Sure, we have Authority of the Consuls, but it's not enough to deal with an aggro deck, especially going second, of course. Let's play this first, see what we could get. Let's get that in the graveyard. Slowly but surely enabling the 3 lessons for our best lesson in the deck, which is Accumulate Wisdom. So now we hold up the It'll Quench Ya, and if we don't happen to use it, we can just use Abandoned Attachments at the end of their turn. Not sure what they're playing yet. I don't think we need Authority right now, so I might just get rid of the Consuls. So we draw a million lands. I love it. Okay. We're just going to hold up our counters and just play very reactive this game. The longer the game goes on, the more will be in our favor. Of course, they could be playing a control deck themselves, so let's see what happens. starting to look like that. We can put some pressure on them turn 5 at the end of their turn if we want with this, though, so might be something. It's got to play the long game. I think it's that 4-color control deck it's looking like. I could flash this in, but they could just counter it. Might as well just play slowly but surely. Most exciting game you ever saw in your life. I'm gonna have to get rid of that though, because that'll make something not be able to get countered, and that's a problem. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And they do it now. Very interesting. Are they going to play something? Their best card is that Jeskai 7-drop card that they are missing 1 land in order to use, so you don't have to worry about that at least. They might go consult the star charts though. I'm going to do this just to get the 3rd lesson in our graveyard. You just have to be ready for their crazy plays. So I think right now we could just swing with Restless Anchorage right now. That's fine. Wait, another one. They're just trying to use that Jeskai Revelation or Revolution, whatever it's called. And we have to be ready for it. It's just the game of patience. Who becomes more impatient first, I guess? I mean, you could argue just me going Restless Anchorage to swing was me being a little impatient, but I'm just trying to get a little pressure and just start doing a little damage. Let's see now. Day of Judgment. Just gonna pass. I think at the end of their turn coming up, though, I might use the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Because we have 3, 5, 10 mana. So we could use 3 Steps Ahead and It'll Quench Ya both in the same turn. Three, 4, 5. We still got 5 mana to work with. Let's see what happens. It resolves. So they have 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So if I did this, and then if they went Jeskai Revelation, we could technically work around it. And you know what? Oh, we can't counter it. I'm like, wait a minute, we can't even counter this card. That's so funny. Yeah, so we're gonna have to let it go. But at the same time, we could just do this, and we could airbend it away. Interesting. I'm going to pay 3. That's fair. They wasted a lot of cards doing all that. So now I'm confidently going to swing with whatever Restless Anchorage is now. We have 3, 5, 6 mana. You don't need that. Throw it in the grave. And now we just put a little pressure on them. This is exactly what we needed. So we're going to wait until their end step, and then we're going to have a really big turn coming up. So we're going to just not use the Restless Anchorage at all, just so we have enough mana to counter anything that tries to stop this. Alright, let's see if this will resolve. And I'm sure it will. We have a lot of counters in our hand. Nice. These Fountainports are definitely going to help us out. Okay, let's go for Restless Anchorage. We got 5, 7 mana left over. Okay, we're just going to go for this swing of 3. I think we're just going to end up discarding the Ultima. I think it's the most useless card in our hand at the moment. We're going to need all 7 mana, so I'm going to not use any of our map tokens. So let's say they have 4, 5, 7. I don't want them to use that, but at the same time, I just need to stop the things that matter. So let's let that go. As long as we stop the threats, then we're going to win this. So it doesn't really matter. Oh my goodness, they're doing another one. Alright, so they got 7 mana. So if they went Jeskai Revelation, then we could counter that as well. That's fine. They're probably thinking if they want to use it right now. They have 7 mana exactly for it too. So now we throw down another Fountainport. And we have 5, 6, 12 mana. Alright. Let's just go for the swing. We gotta be prepared for some crazy turns coming up. I'm not going to go double Fountainport just because I don't want them to go Jeskai Revelation. I counter it, then they counter my counter, so we have to counter their counter. That's just the whole idea. It's just giving us a little bit of pressure very slowly, but we can't get greedy and get an extra fish out there. So now we have 13. Yeah, let's just swing for 2. Then we're going to swing for 3. We're going to swing for 4. They have to do something eventually. And if they start 1-for-1ing our fish, then it's fine because we're not really losing any advantage at all. And if they happen to tap out on their turn for whatever reason, we could then utilize our mana efficiently at all with whatever we do. So, gotta play this very slow. Because we have 3 steps ahead in our hand, so we have to definitely take advantage of that. That's a good card for them. That's fine. Like I said, just drawing cards is good, but it's not anything we have to counter. It's just the threats that we have to deal with at the end of the day. We have to also be conscious of how many cards we have in our deck and how many cards they have in their deck as well. Spot removal does not matter at all. There it is, guys. We've been waiting for a while, but there it is in action. So we're just going to regularly just counter it. We're not going to add any extra modes. Just that enough should be fine. Now this is where they're going to counter this, and then we'll counter their counter. And that they counter our counter, that counters their counter. Or, you know what I mean. But we'll see. So they do that. And now we're going to counter that. Now they're going to counter our counter. Now we're going to counter their counter. Crazy how that works, right? So now we make another fish. So I think it's okay now to attempt to pump them up just a little bit. Just go from there. That's totally fine. We'll pump up another fish. That's still a good card to play. Although I think we need the Restless Anchorages to win for the next turn coming up. So we have 5, 8 mana. If they have another no moralize. We want to have the 3 mana open, I think. So let's just swing with all this and play it safe. That's fine. So 4, 5, 9 mana. Let's pump up a fish. 4, 5, 8. So we have enough mana to pay the 3. You don't need that, so we'll send it away. Got another Restless Anchorage over there. We use Ultima. It's fine. Now we start swinging with the Restless Anchorages again. And we have 7 mana, that's good enough. So we need 3 plus the 3 to counter the no moralize. So we need 6 mana. And we have 7, so I am going to attempt to use one of these. You just gotta use this 3 steps ahead very carefully. We're going to win on the following turn if everything works right. Okay, we have 4, 8 mana. So we could use this one to attempt to pump up the anchorage. Alright, let's see if we could swing with both of these. They might spot removal once again. That's fine. We just gotta be wary of the Jeskai Revelation, though, so that's all that matters. Like, in my mind, if that's Jeskai Revelation plus no moralize, we have to just be ready. So we have 4, 7. We only need 6 mana in order to get around their stuff. So let's tap that. Let's try to pump the Anchorage up again. Yes, we're definitely keeping that on top. Okay, so we're going to go down to 5. They go to 7. Our life is definitely a resource right now. We have to be very careful. I'll keep that on top so I could pump up the Anchorage. Alright, well, it comes down to this. We have... You know, I'm not even going to use the Fountainport. Let's just play it really smart. We have a lot of mana still open. You know what? Two, 3. I know we need white mana sources. So if we did that, we still have enough for double 3 steps ahead. I'm only doing this because if they have a way to make us lose life, then at least we could just gain life right now. Oh, wait a minute. They have more, you know, that was a big misplay on my end. They have less life than us. I'm just like, hey, yeah, I'll play this, and then, we'll, gain life, but I keep realizing they're lower on life. So, we have 4, 8. We only need to counter 1 card that they have, so... And we got it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.